Hey everybody, this is Dave from DC Local SEO. I'm going to do a quick video on how you can use CallRail in your real estate investment business. So there's 11 ways that you can use it. I'm going to go over here. There's many more, but at the end we'll talk about some bonuses. So here's the basics. That's the CallRail URL, and you're going to get a lot of information there. But generally, you're going to get a phone call and you can put it through a call flow. You're going to get a phone call and on your side, you can hear a whisper message about where it's from. When you look at the end of the month, you want to know what's going on, you're going to have analytics and reports. Someone's going to leave you a voicemail, you're going to get that text on your phone. Someone called you and the call didn't go to you but went to somebody else, you're going to text that a call came in. You're going to be able to tag all the phone calls in your system. You're going to be able to add users to let them get access to your CallRail system as well. And it's going to be really easy to use, and we can do a free demo together, and a lot of companies use this tool. So let's go over the first one, wholesale team. So let's suppose you and a bunch of buddies want to start wholesaling, and you can't give out 10 numbers. Well, you can do it. You can use CallRail to kind of take care of that. So when the calls come in, you can ring all 10 numbers together, and the first one to answer gets that phone call. You can do it in a round robin, so it goes the first guy, second guy, third guy, and so on. Maybe there's a time of day issue. Maybe I can only take phone calls in the afternoon. CallRail can take care of that. Maybe you want all 10 names as an option, so press 1 for Jose, press 2 for Ralph. You can do all that with CallRail. So foreign language, maybe you want to get some Spanish houses or something like that, and you don't know how to get a little MP3 that says, press 1 for English, para español, marque número dos. Boom, right here. Going to go to Amazon and upload your Amazon file up into CallRail. Bandit signs. You don't want your real name number out there. That's why you're using Google Voice. This is the same as Google Voice, but obviously better. And we can easily delete that number and add a new one in minutes. And if need be, we can resend that number to a different number that goes nowhere, maybe like the Santa Claus. Next, you have transcription. So if you really want to see what's going on with 1,000 calls and kind of read them and not listen to them, or just analyze what's going on there, or kind of test your scripts, you can do a transcription service. And that is a paid feature, but a lot of people use it because they have a lot of calls to analyze. And then obviously you can record conversations. You want to let people know that you are recording, but it's really easy to record conversations, and CallRail can do their own voice synthesis, so it'll say whatever you need to say in English. Again, if you need something in Spanish or a foreign language, you're going to want to use Poly. So it's really better caller ID. So a lot of times with other systems, you're not going to know who called you and not be able to call them back. But if you're routing through CallRail, you're going to have their information from the phone provider. So you're going to be able to get that information and actually call them back. And let's suppose you want to work in multiple markets. You heard market X is kind of hot. Well, you can get a number pretty easily for that other market. So usually you're limited to one when you go into Google Voice or some other system. You have to pay per voice. You get 5 lines when you come through me, and it's part of your package. So it'll work out really well. So let's suppose you also wanted to send the leads over to someone else. Now that you have this, it's difficult to do that with Google Voice, but super easy to send your leads over to someone else who's like boots on the ground for your virtual wholesale. Time of day marketing, we kind of talked about this. So if a call comes in at midnight, you can send it to your answering service or somewhere else. If you have an answering service and you want to go on a vacation and still have your marketing going, you can do that and say, hey, I'm not going to take the phone calls anymore. I'm going to send it all to the answering service. So how good is your marketing, right? You want to know where to put your money as you start to get into real estate investing. So maybe one phone line is just for postcards and mailers, and you find out you get 100 calls and you spend about $2,000 and you made about $2,000. That's great. Another one, maybe do Craigslist and Bandit signs just for that number, and you got 300 calls and you spent $300, but you lost $300 because no deals came in that month. And then maybe some kind of website and online phone number to see how they're doing there. You got 50 calls, you spend about $2,000 on on AdWords, and you made about $3,000. That's great. You know, and then another market, you know, you get out 75 calls and you made about $4,000. And if you know the market again, another 90 calls and some little bit of money there. So what do you do now that you have this information? So this is a real world scenario for me. What did I do? I increased my spend in the second market to $4,000. So instead of spending $1,500, I started from $4,000, and it really worked out well. So you can analyze that and see what's going on. And with the other four phone lines, I didn't change a darn thing. So here's the bonuses, right? So the first bonus, number one, is a great feature. It's going to be like, wow, this is awesome. The second feature, you make, wow, CallRail is scary good. I should really get this thing. And feature 3 is, I'm with CallRail forever. There's no way I could ever go any other way. But you're not going to get them unless you join a meetup that took care of me last night. They let me bring in a property I got signed under contract. After not marketing for a year, I'm getting calls still, and this one was too good to pass up, so I signed it up, went to their meetup, pitched the deal, and pretty much have a buyer. So this is my thank you video. Again, if you're lazy and you can't go down into the body of the YouTube video here and you can't find that link, here's the link to find some poly. If you really don't want to deal with me on a free demo and just want to go directly to CallRail, this is their link. I don't get a commission. I hope you use it. If you do want to find out ways to use CallRail with your real estate business and you want me to help you out and just say, hey Dave, give me those 5 numbers as part of my package, contact me and I'll be more than happy to help you. But again, please, if you want to know what the bonuses are, go back to this meetup and join and tell them you want to know what the 3 CallRail bonuses are. Thanks, guys.